Hello, my friends. It's your friend Kevin. Welcome, everybody. New subscribers, existing subscribers. You're all my friends here. I'm here with my friend Freddie the Teddy and his friend Patrick the Bear. Today's Monday, the 17th of October, 2023. This is your card of the day. All right, so this week we're using Angel Wisdom Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine, and these images have been provided by Dan Craig. I pulled the Sun, which is number 19 in the Archangel Power Tarot deck by Radleigh Valentine. I pulled them on Sunday to give us a emphasis for each day. And so Archangel Uriel is the angel of light, the angel of epiphanies, the angels of great ideas, the angel that comes when we're looking for those incredibly wise messages to send us through the day, through our life. We call upon him to bring those great messages, messages of wisdom, messages of hope, messages of faith, messages of all the things. At least I like to do that gets rid of the cobwebs that seem to, those energies that bog us down. Anyway, so the message this whole week from Archangel Uriel is, this is a wonderful life. Thrive through power. Thrive through positive thinking. This is a week of getting into deep prayer, deep personal prayer, deep faith, deep understanding. And I'm going to get more into that in a little bit. I pulled a couple of isms today that were actually at a different place on my desk. And I thought, well, I don't know why they're over here, but now I do. They are I am affirmations. When you say those two words together, this is what I believe. You believe what you want to. The words I am is summoning the power of the divine to you, to make it so, to manifest what it is. You are stating in the here, in the now, in the presence of whatever energies are with you, that this is so already. I am wisdom. I am light. I am a star on the earth and I'm shining bright as I can. I am enough just as I am. We cannot be any more than what we are. We have to recognize that we're already that. We're already possibility. We're already opportunity. We're already abundance. We're already those things. We've just covered them up with things that have distracted us from that knowledge. Let me get to the card of the day. Great Father in the sky, loving, wonderful Mother of the earth, angels, ancestors, beings of light from all four corners and all realms, I welcome you here now, and I set the intention to see, to feel, to hear, and to know your sacred words, and to convey a message in such a way as to enlighten, to inspire, and to heal. Let there be no limit to the way that your wisdom comes and helps. I call upon Archangel Uriel, Haniel, Jeremiah, Raziel, and Gabriel to this space. And thank you for your words of wisdom. Let this reading and this card of the day transform and transport people all over. So be it, so shall it be. What will this one? Look at this. Transform and transmute all over. That one popped up. And we have the Archangel Gabriel, Raphael with us in the green. Now, what I like about this card and what I like about the energy is we are in this great big mode of transformation. Big, it's expansion. We've just come through into a new moon. Start making your affirmations. What are you wanting to bring to yourself? What are you wanting to manifest? What are the affirmations that you are making? The I am, what are you? State it, claim it. Get the energy of the sun behind you. Uriel shows you where your purpose is, even if you're not really sure. And if that's what you want to know, what do you want me to do? What can I do? What should I do? And that can be just that prayer. Just that pray. Just that ask. Shamuel, the archangel that's the friend of God, comes with harmony and peace. If your heart, like mine and so many, is feeling that awkwardness, that challengingness of the world as a whole, then you ask for that peace. You ask for that faith. I was reading a prayer yesterday from the great teacher Radleigh Valentine, who now believes that Archangel Jophiel, who comes to him in that beautiful magenta color, he believes that her energy now is being used for faith, for pushing faith out into the world. And that's really what you could do. Transformation for today is transforming what you think, what you feel, what you believe from where you are and what you don't want and what no longer serves you to something much, much better. And we have the Archangel Raphael that's standing with the hourglass. And it's not that it is half empty or half full. It is that it is ever changing. This hourglass signifies that time is moving forward. Go with it, move with it, change with it. Lighten your load. You see all the way up here, we've got the folks that are ascending, the folks that are transforming from their perches. They get to see the landscape way out there on the horizon. They get to see something greater, something bigger. But in order for that to happen, there has to be significant life experiences that change things. Those powerful changes that are going on. The eclipse, I've explained last week from Yasmin Bolan, who describes it so perfectly, is like a sliding door to a portal that we get to look inside and to choose what it is we need to change. It's in Libra, so we've got to bring some balance in. The new moon is in Libra, even more reason for some balance. Unexpected revelations come from being able to see clearly what is in front of our face, what's in our hands, what's in our hearts, what's in our minds. These feelings and these thoughts that come into our heads, they're not random thoughts of the hippie woo-woo people. They can be, but there's going to be some stuff in your world today that makes sense to you, that make absolute sense to you, the affirmations that make sense to you. Whenever you find yourself getting into, oh, I just don't know, or I'm really not sure, oh my goodness gracious me, the wobble of worry. I call that the wobbling of worry. Get off the wobble. Because the wobble's going to give you some feelings of, oh, Lord, can we just get out of this? Libra has a funny way of balancing the scales of our mind and our heart and our bodies. It's so subtle. As to is this ego. Now, the ego can be linked to fear. It can also be linked to aggression. So understand that whenever we're pushed up against some aggressive energies, which we are being kind of tested here, the ego is at play. There's this fear. There's this fear that something terrible is going to happen, something awful is going to happen. And indeed, the human spirit, and I've got angel bumps all over me, the human spirit has the capacity to love unconditionally without any qualms whatsoever. But the human spirit, as we're seeing and we're witnessing and we're hearing, also has the tendency to create great atrocities, to create great harm, to do great harm, to be harmful. Our own egos, our own fear leaps forward and acts up based on what we've experienced before. We react or we respond or we take that little bit of a leap of faith and go through the portal of understanding and transformation. Our job, and there's very few of us, if you think about the folks who are reacting and responding and buying into fear, buying into the past, anchored to something that they believe or they feel or I mean, sometimes folks don't understand what they're saying, what they're doing. They're just talking. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to your own spiritual guides and your own guardian angels. You have them. They've been with us from lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And I want to just stress real quickly, this is what I truly believe. You are free to believe what you wish to believe, and you may not want to buy into what I'm saying. That's okay. I'm here to observe my own actions, my own reactions, to pull around me people that I love, people that I care about, people that make sense to me, so that I can put a little bit of wisdom in my mind and get it sorted, get it where it needs to go. And I feel like I'm waffling on like a crazy person. Anyway, let me just look at this card of transformation a little bit more and see what it is that my own guides are asking me to do. Interestingly enough, that it is a number, let's see, 10, Archangel Samuel, number 16, changes, adds up to a 7. The need to leave behind old beliefs. The need to walk away from something that no longer serves us, and that can also include people. I'm listening to see, they say this is a perfect card. That's what I'm being told here. Let me go back over this camera. There may be many of you, and I was listening yesterday to some videos, some spiritual folks who are doing their best, shining their light bright, bright, bright as we are, bringing some sense of hope to others. For me, I'll share this with all of you because you're friends of mine, and I feel like when I read your comments and I respond to them, it's like, oh, I've got this lovely, lovely wave of brilliant people that are teaching me how they want the waves of wonder to go. We're going to see a lot. We're going to hear a lot. We're not going to understand what we see and what we hear. It is difficult for me as a light worker and someone who loves other people to understand how another human being can behave in a way that is so, I don't know what you do and how you do it. At the same time, the first place I go to, and I don't know why I go there, I want to understand why the person, the human being, did what they did. What was it that got behind them, got in them, that took hold of them, that caused them to feel the need to create that? Likely fear. Likely, if I don't do this, something terrible is going to happen, so I've got to do it. Likely, the programming of the people that they are maiming and hurting and doing what they're doing and creating what they're creating, likely there was something that caused them to do it. Now, it's not for you and I that are here doing this. It's not right. It's against what we think and what we feel to hurt somebody intentionally, to cause waves and waves and waves and waves and waves and waves and waves of terror and fear everywhere. To do that is against my constitution, my feeling of it. And if I'm standing here feeling this, and then the helplessness of what in the world do I do? Who am I and what can I do? Except for holding space. I also believe, because I've seen them, Archangel Azrael, who's the angel that protects our souls. And when it's time for our soul to separate from the physical world that we're in and stop being the people that we've been all our life. This one, there's just this lovely feeling of taking you and lifting you and ascending you to just a lovely place. I've talked to the souls of folks that have left and said it's a beautiful experience, but go live your life, bring that feeling of beauty and love, and whether you want to call it God, the divine, that big, huge, expansive energy that put you and I here together. You're listening to this because we're supposed to be connected. And that big matrix, the divine matrix, let that be the revolution of light, the evolution of light, the revolution of love, the evolution of love, that loving, kind feeling. Let that be the ripple effect that ripples from my heart into your heart, from your heart to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. I'm listening. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be somber and give you a loving light. And then here comes Gertrude, this little woman. I called her a witch, and she's not happy with being called a witch. She just comes in like, you know, a woo-woo hippie person with these odd socks on, and I'm giggling because I am trying to give you wisdom and light and spreading that out. And she's saying, "You're doing it, dearie. You're doing it, dearie. You're doing it. You're doing it. Oh yeah, you're doing it." And she's fluttering around, and these two wands are going like this. They almost look like, oh, what are those things they have at football, the cheerleaders? It's like that. She has these two wands, and she's going. She's frantically waving these bloody things up in the air. Oh, anyway, at some point I'm going to have a chat with Gertrude and be like, okay, what is it that we need to do? Giggle and laugh, yes, but how do you giggle and laugh when there is this heaviness? I think it is that. It is lighten up, dearies, lighten up, dearies. She says, lighten up, dearies, lighten up, dearies. It is just that. The other day I said to all of you, go up to a stranger that looks like they're in it, that looks like they just don't know how much more further they can go, and put a smile on your face. And if you feel compounded to do something and help them, do whatever your heart is saying you should do. This is the ripple effect. This is holding that space for gleeful time, for happy times, embracing people that are just stuck in some difficult times. It's tough to do that when you know someone who has experienced something really difficult and we don't know what to say because it's not happening to us. This is the masses. When it's not happening to us, we feel uncomfortable about it. The fear causes us to back off and walk away. That's okay. Awkwardness is something that I had to embrace many times in my life. The awkward feeling that, you know, people would have a conversation with me, and they do. I live in the United States of America. I came here as an immigrant. So, you know, those conversations about immigration, and some folks are not up for it. They don't think that folks should come. That's a whole political issue. I'm not going there. But I'm talking about the awkwardness of the conversation. Okay, well then that must be me. I must have to go back to where I came from and not do this. It's tough. We live in a world, a planet, and our jobs are to anchor the love, anchor the light, anchor the joy of spirit, all of it. That's the job. But it comes in from here. And the transformation I think we're talking about today is anchoring the love, anchoring the light, anchoring the sunshine. Not so much that something terrible is going to happen, but something amazing can happen if you lift up and out of that feeling that it can't. And I'm already at 18 minutes into this thing, so I need to wrap it up. Listen, I love you. More on all this tomorrow. Bye.